Hi, welcome to Learning is Simple series. We are trying to make you learn the lectures in such a way that you never forget. Today, I am going to take a topic called time and work. This topic comes in paper 2 of CSAT. Let's start. Before starting, let me tell you what are the concepts that we are going to learn in this topic. Here, we are going to learn working together or working individual. How questions come on this concept, I will explain. Then we are going to see what is the meaning of working on alternate days and like that. Then how to distribute money, efficiency related questions, how to find capacity of a tank, group of people, questions related to group of people, and there are some miscellaneous questions. So we are going to see all these types of questions here. Ready to go? Yes, let's start with the first concept, working together or individual. I will explain this with the help of an example. Let me take a simple question. Look at this question. A can do a work in 10 hours, B can do the same work in 15 hours. In how many minutes A and B together can complete that work? It is given that A can do a work in 10 hours, B can do the same work in 15 hours. Some of you do this way. Since it is given A can do a work in 10 hours, that means he can do 1/10 of the work in 1 hour. So, some of you write that A can do 1/10 of the work in 1 hour. Similarly, B can do 1/15 of the work in 1 hour. So, together they can do 1/10 plus 1/15 of the work in 1 hour. But if you see, this is a right way of doing this kind of questions. But if you do this way, since you are dealing with fractions, it takes lot of time. Sometimes if the question is a little complicated, it is an easy question. Sometimes question can be little difficult. In that case, doing this way will take some time. That's why instead of doing that, the better way of doing this kind of questions is, we simply take the total work. Let me assume the total work be 30 units. You know why I am taking 30 units only? Because A can do that work in 10 hours and B can do that work in 15 hours. That's why I am taking an LCM of 10 and 15. I am taking the LCM of 10 and 15, that is 30. How to find LCM? Simply take the greater number and keep on checking its multiples and see which multiple is divisible by the other number also. 15 is not divisible by 10, the next multiple of 15 is 30, which is divisible by 10 also. So, 30 is multiple of both 10 and 15. So, I am assuming the total work 30 units. Now, you see it is given that A can do that work in 10 hours. If A can do that work in 10 hours, that means per hour he can do 3 units of work. Because 30 units of work he is doing in 10 hours means per hour he can do 3 units of work. And B can do that work in 15 hours, that means in 1 hour he can do 2 units of work. So, together A and B can do 3 plus 2, 5 units of work in 1 hour. So, if they can do 5 units of work in 1 hour, 30 units can be done in simply 6 hours. That means 360 minutes, as simple as that. So, what I am doing here, I am assuming the total work. To avoid fractions, I am assuming it to be an LCM of 10 and 15 here, that is 30 units. Since A can do the 30 units of work in 10 hours, that means he can do 3 units of work per hour, and B can do 30 units of work in 15 hours, that means in 1 hour he can do 2 units of work. So, together they can do 3 plus 2, 5 units of work. So, 5 units of work they are doing in 1 hour, so 30 units can be done in 6 hours. You can just answer without even pen. So, this is the type of question. Did you get it? Let me take another example. Go through this. A can do a work in 20 days. A and B together can complete the same work in 15 days. In how many days B alone can do that work? Same type of question. It is given A can do a work in 20 days. A and B together can do that work in 15 days. So, first step is assume the total work. Let us take the LCM of 20 and 15. That means 60 units. So, I assume the total work be 60 units. Since A can do it in 20 days, that means he can do 3 units of work per day. He is doing 60 units of work in 20 days, means in one day he can do 3 units of work. Similarly, it is given A and B together can complete that work in 15 days, that means per day they can do 4 units of work. So, A and B together can do 4 units of work per day. A alone is doing 3 units, A and B together are doing 4 units, that means B can do 1 unit of work per day. It is like A has 3 rupees, A and B together have 4 rupees, that means B has 1 rupee, same as like that. So, B is doing 1 unit of work per day, so 60 units of work he can do alone in 60 days. Total work is 60 units, B can do only 1 unit per day, so to complete the total 60 units of work at a rate of 1 unit per day, he requires 60 days, that is the answer. You understand, very simple type. What you need to do is assume the total work. Here it is an LCM of 20 and 15, that is 60 units. Since A is doing it in 20 days, per day he can do 3 units. A and B are doing it in 15 days, so per day they can do 4 units. So, A alone is doing 3 units per day, A and B together are doing 4 units per day, that means B alone is doing 1 unit per day. So, he can complete the total 60 units of work in 60 days. This is the type of question. You understand this? Whatever the question, it is an easy question, sometimes it could be difficult also, doesn't matter. So, just assume the total work and go with the question. Take more questions to understand this better. Go through this. A can do a work in 20 days, B can do the same work in 30 days. A, B and C together completed the work in 10 days. In how many days C alone can do that work? First step, assume the total work. A can do it in 20 days, B can do it in 30 days, A, B, C together can do it in 10 days. So, I assume the total work which is an LCM of 20, 30 and 10. So, take the LCM of 20, 30 and 10. So, 30 is not divisible by 20. Next multiple of 30 is 60, which is divisible by 20 also and divisible by 10 also. So, 60 is the LCM. So, I assume the total work is 60 units. Now, you see A can do it in 20 days, so he can do these 60 units of work in 20 days, so per day he can do 3 units of work. Similarly, B can do that in 30 days, so he can do 60 units of work in 30 days, that means per day he can do 2 units of work. A, B and C together can complete that work in 10 days, so they together can complete 60 units in 10 days, that means they can do 6 units per day. So, A is doing 3 units, B is doing 2 units and A plus B plus C are doing 6 units, that means C alone is doing 1 unit per day. So, if you can do 1 unit per day, 60 units can be done in 60 days. You understand this? Hardly take 30 seconds and you do not even require pen. To make you understand, I am showing this, otherwise you can directly answer. First, I assume the total work be LCM of 20, LCM of 30, 20, 30 and 10, that is 60 units. So, A is doing it in 20 days, means per day he is doing 3 units, B is doing it in 30 days, means per day he is doing 2 units and A, B, C together are doing it in 10 days, means per day they together are doing 6 units. So, 3 plus 2 5, but together they are doing 6, that means C alone is doing 1 unit per day. So, 60 units can be done in 60 days, that is it. Take another question. Go through this question. P can do a work in 12 hours and Q can do the same work in 18 hours. P can do a work in 12 hours and Q can do the same work in 18 hours. P started the work and Q joined him after 6 hours. How much time in all they take to complete the work? So, first you assume the total work. That should be an LCM of that should be the LCM of 12 and 18. Assume the work which is the LCM of 12 and 18. 18, 36. Next multiple of 18 is 36, which is divisible by 12 also. So, the LCM of 12 and 18 is 36. So, I assume the total work be 36 units. Now, you see P can do 3 units per day per hour, P can do 3 units per hour, and Q can do 2 units per hour. But they have not started the work together. Go through the question. P started the work and Q joined him after 6 hours. That means for the first 6 hours, P alone is working. P is working alone for the first 6 hours. But P can do 3 units of work per hour. So in the first 6 hours, he can do 6 into 3, that means 18 units of work. So by the end of 6th hour, P must have completed 18 units of work already. And the total work we have assumed was 36 units. And already 18 units of work is being completed. Now Q also joined with P. Now both P and Q are working, and 18 more units of work is pending, because out of 36, 18 units is been done by P already. To complete the remaining 18 units, both P and Q are working. So P can do 3 units of work per day, per hour. Q can do 2 units of work per hour. So together they can do 3 plus 2 or 5 units of work per hour. So they can do 5 units in 1 hour, and total 18 units of work is pending. So they can complete the remaining 18 units of work in 18 by 5 hours. 18 by 5 hours, or you can say 18 by 5 means 3 by 5. 5 3s are 15, 3 extra. So 18 by 5, if you divide it, it is 3 by 5 hour. 3 by 5 hour means 3 by 5 hour, convert it into minutes, 3 by 5 into 60, which gives you 36 minutes. That means 3 hours 36 minutes. It gives you 3 hours 36 minutes. So after Q joined P, they take 3 hours 36 minutes more to complete the work. But go through the question. Don't say answer is option A, because the question is how much time in all they take to complete the work. If the question would have been how much more time they take to complete the work, the answer would have been 3 hours 36 minutes. But he is asking you how much time in all they take to complete the work. So first, P already has taken 6 hours, and more they take 3 hours 36 minutes. That means total they take 9 hours 36 minutes in all. So the answer is option C. You understand this? Very simple. What we are doing, assume the total work 36 units. First 6 hours P is working alone, so he can complete 18 units in that time. Then Q also joins him. So P plus Q, 3 plus 2, 5 units they do in 1 hour. So remaining 18 units can be done in 18 by 5 hours. 18 by 5 hours means 3 hours 36 minutes. So after Q joins P, they take 3 hours 36 minutes more. Already P has taken 6 hours plus 3 hours 36 minutes. So total they are taking 9 hours 36 minutes. Because the question asked here is how much time in all, or sometimes he may ask you how much time from the beginning they take to complete the work. That means 9 hours 36 minutes. If he simply asks you how much more time they need to complete the work, then the answer would be 3 hours 36 minutes. Here answer is option C. You have to understand the language also, what he is asking. Got it? So this is the type of question. Even let me take more questions. See this. Tap A can fill a tank in 10 hours, whereas tap B can fill the tank in 15 hours. If both the taps are opened simultaneously, in how much time the tank gets full? Same as the question that A can do a work in 10 hours, B can do the same work in 15 hours. In how many hours they two together can do that work? Similar question. So what you do, first assume the capacity of the tank. A can fill it in 10 hours, B can fill it in 15 hours. So take the LCM of 10 and 15, that is 30. So capacity of tank I assume to be 30 units. A can fill it in 10 hours means in 1 hour it can fill 3 units. B can fill it in 15 hours means in 1 hour it can fill 2 units. So together they can fill 3 plus 2, 5 units. So they together can fill 5 units of the tank in 1 hour. So 30 units can be filled in simply 6 hours. Let the language be different, but the concept is same. Suppose if I ask you, there is certain amount of rice in a store, in a house, A can eat it for 10 days, B can eat it for 15 days, in how many days they together can eat it? Even if I ask you like this, it is same question, one and the same. Or I have certain money, I can pay the wages of A for 10 days, and that money is sufficient to pay the wages for B for 15 days, and if I want to pay the wages for both A and B, how many days that money last? Same question. You understand this? All these questions we do the same way. Got it? Take one more question. An inlet tap A can fill a tank in 12 hours, whereas an outlet tap B can empty the full tank in 30 hours. Here it is emptying, one tap is filling. If both the taps are opened simultaneously, in how much time the tank gets full? Same question. Even you do not require pen, just answer like this without pen. What you need to do is first assume the total work. That should be LCM of 12 and 30. 12 and 30. So 30 is not divisible by 12. So take the next multiple of 30, which is 60, which is divisible by 12 also. So the LCM is 60. So I assume the capacity of tank be 60 units. That is LCM of 12 and 30. Now you see A can fill this in 12 hours. That means A can fill 60 units in 12 hours. That means in 1 hour it can fill 5 units. B is emptying and B can empty it in 30 hours. That means in 1 hour it can empty 2 units. A is filling 5 units in 1 hour, B is emptying 2 units in 1 hour. So together the result will be after 1 hour 5 minus 2, that is going to be 3. So if you open both the taps, that means the inlet tap and the outlet tap. So one tap is filling 5, other is emptying 2. So the resultant is going to be 3 units in 1 hour. So at this rate, to fill 60 units, you require 20 hours. That is the concept. You understand? Total I am assuming LCM of 12 and 30, that is 60. It is filling 5, that is emptying 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. So together it is 3. So 60 can be done in 20 hours. Take one more question. Two inlet taps A, B individually can fill a tank in 12 and 15 hours respectively. If these two taps are opened along with an outlet tap C, the tank gets full in 10 hours. In how much time that outlet tap C alone can empty the full tank? Doesn't matter, even don't think anything. First assume the total work, that is LCM of 12, 15 and 10. So 15, 30, 45, 60. So I take 60 units is the total work. 60 is divisible by 12 also, 15 also and 10 also. So I take total capacity of the tank be 60 units. Not total work, capacity of tank. So A can fill it in 12 hours. That means in 1 hour it can fill 5. It can fill 5 units in 1 hour. And B can fill it in 15 hours. That means in 1 hour it can fill 4 units. And along with C, that means all three can fill it in 10 hours. That means per hour they can fill 6 units. A is filling 5, B is filling 4. That means together it should be 9. But all three are doing only 6. What does it mean? That means C is emptying 3. A plus B itself is 9. But A plus B plus C is 6. Why it is reduced by 3? Because C is emptying that. That means C is emptying 3 units per hour. So 60 units can be emptied in 20 hours. So total 60, A is doing 5 in 1 hour, B is filling 4 in 1 hour and all three are filling only 6. 5 plus 4, they two are doing 9 but all three are doing 6. That means the third is emptying 3. So it alone can empty 60 units in 20 hours. Got it? So this is the first type of question. So whenever this kind of questions come, simply we assume the total work and without even using pen, we can answer the question. Come to the second type. Here working on alternate days. Similar kind of question, but they don't work together, they work on alternate days. You understand this with an example. Take this question. P can do a work in 12 days and Q can do the same work in 16 days. If they work on alternate days starting with P on the first day, Q on the second day, again P on the third day and so on. It means first day P comes, second day Q, third day again P, fourth day Q and like this they are working on alternate. So in how many days the work will be completed? Similar question, same way we answer. So first step is assume the total work. So take the LCM of 12 and 16, 16, 32, 48. So 48 is divisible by 12 also. So I assume the total work be 48 units, that is the LCM of 12 and 16. Now you see, first day P can do it in 12 days, that means he can do 4 units of work in one day. So first day P comes and completes 4 units of work. Second day Q comes, since he can do it in 16 days, per day he can do 3 units of work because 48 by 16. So second day Q comes and completes 3 units of work. So after 2 days what happened? They together can do 4 plus 3, 7 units of work is being completed in the first 2 days. What happens then? This cycle will be repeated. Again third day P comes, fourth day Q comes. That means in the next 2 days also they complete 7 units of work. So first 2 days they do 7 units, next 2 days they do 7 units, again the next 2 days they do 7 units, and like this. So that's why I repeat this 2-day cycle 6 times. Why I am repeating only 6 times? How do I come to know? So 2 days they are doing 7 and my total work is 48. If I repeat 7 times, total work done will be 7 sevens, which is 49, but I have only 48 units of work. I am approaching to complete 48. That's why 2 days 7 units is being done. So I repeat it 6 times. So 6 sevens, 42 units will be done. If I repeat 7th time, total 49 units will be done. I don't have 49 units of work. That's why I have done it for 6 times. So in 12 days, 42 units of work is being done. What happens on the 13th day? The first person, that means P, will come again and completes 4 units. So what happened? In 13 days, 42 plus 4, 46 units is being completed in 13 days, and total to be completed is 48 units, and already 46 is being completed. So 2 units of work is pending now, and on the 14th day Q will come and he is able to complete 3 units on that day, but we have only 2 units of work pending. So he does not require the full day, because during the full day he can complete 3 units, but the work remaining is only 2 units. So he can complete that work in only 2/3 of the day. He does not require the full day. He can complete that 2 units at a rate of 3 units per day in just 2/3 of the day. So the total number of days required is 13 full days and 2/3 more day. That means 13 2/3 days, which is option D. Very simple. What I am doing? I am assuming the total work 48. First day P comes and does 4, second day Q comes and does 3. So 2 days they do 4 plus 3, 7. So 2 days 7 units of work is being done. I repeat this 6 times, 6 to 12 days, 6 sevens, 42 units of work is being done, 12 days 42. And on the 13th day again P will come and can do 4 units. So in 13 days 46 units of work is being done, and on the 14th day Q comes, he can do 3 units, but pending work is only 2 units. So he requires only 2/3 of the day. So 13 full days and 2/3 more day. So together total 13 and 2/3 days. That is the answer. You understand this? Suppose the same question, instead of P, if Q started the work, let us take Q started on first day, P comes on second day, again Q on third day. Suppose if it is written like that, what will you do? Same way, first you assume the total work, that is 48. First day Q comes and can do 3 units, second day P comes and can do 4 units. So in 2 days 7 units of work is being done, it is same. Then 6 times if you repeat, 6 into 2, 12 days, 42 units of work is being done. On the 13th day Q comes, not P, because Q started the work. So Q comes and can complete 3 units. So in 13 days 45 units of work is being done. And on the 14th day P will come, already 45 units of work is being done out of 48. So 3 units of work is pending, and on the 14th day P will come, he can do 4 units. So he does not require full day, he requires only 3/4 of the day. So total number of days required will be 13 3/4. 13 3/4 will be the answer then. If Q would have started, the answer will be 13 3/4. P starts, it will be 13 2/3. You understand this type of question? Simple. Take one more question. A, B and C working alone can do a work in 15, 30, 45 days respectively. If they work individually one after other, starting with A on the first day, B on the second day, C on the third day, again A on the fourth day, and so on, in how many days the work will be completed? Same question, but instead of 2 there are 3 people. Same way you can do, you do not even require pen, just assume the total work. Let's try it without pen. Assume the total work, that should be LCM of 15, 30 and 45. 45, 90. If you take 90, 90 is divisible by 15 also, 30 also, 45 also. So I assume the total work be 90 units. Actually no need to use pen, but to make you understand I am just showing this. I assume the total work be 90 units. Now you see, first day, who comes on first day? A comes on first day. He can do it in 15 days. So first day A comes and can complete 6 units. Second day B comes, he can do it in 30 days, that means he can complete 3 units per day. Third day C comes, he can do it in 45 days, that means on third day he can complete 2 units. So in 3 days they together can do 6 plus 3 plus 2, that means 11 units of work, and total work is 90 units. So let's repeat this cycle 8 times. Why only 8 times? Because 11 8s are 88. If I repeat 9th time, total 11 into 9, 99 units of work will be completed, but I have only 90 units of work. So we repeat this cycle 8 times. So in 24 days, 88 units of work will be completed. On the 24th day, first person, that is A, comes, who can do 6 units in one day, but the remaining work is only 2 units. That means he requires only 2 by 6th day or 1/3 day. So 24 full days and 1/3 more day, that means total number of days required will be 24 1/3. Option B. 90. A can do it in 15 means 6 units, B can do it in 30 means 3 units, C can do it in 45 means 2 units. So in 3 days 6 plus 3 plus 2, 11 units, 8 times repeat, that means 24 days 88 units. On the 25th day A will come, who can do 6 units, but pending work is only 2 units, that means he requires only 1/3 of the day. So 24 full days and 1/3 more day, that means 24 1/3 days, that is option B. This is the type of question. So you understand? So first type or second type, hardly any difference. There they work together, here they work on alternate days, that is the difference. You understand this? So this is the concept of second type.